what's up guys? This is Mr. Winters. Today in this video I'm going to teach you how to do a bandsaw or a scroll saw cutout. I'll take you through it step by step. So the first thing you need to do is decide what you're going to cut out. So in this example for this video, I printed off a silhouette picture of a salmon. So I'm going to show you how to do it on this picture. What you want to be looking for is, this is called a silhouette. So if you Google search the word silhouette, you'll find better images like this that you can use. You might also choose to just draw something on a board and cut it out. I've also seen students where they put a picture up on their computer and they lay the paper over their computer and they trace the picture. So there's lots of options, but I think the easiest thing to do, and what I'm going to show you to do in this video, is to have a picture printed out that then you can use as your template to cut out your bandsaw or your scroll saw project. If you have a printer at home or have access to a printer, I would suggest you print these off and bring them in. I can't do that in the middle of class, but I could get one ready for you for the next class if you think ahead of time and let me know what you want. You could send me an email of the picture and I could print it off for you, but you'd have to wait until the next class till you can have it. First step, you need to get wood to cut out. So if you're not sure what type of wood to use, you need to come and ask me. Once we've got a piece of wood that will fit your picture, you want to take your picture and you're just going to roughly cut this thing out. I don't have to cut the complete thing out, I'm just going to cut around it. Okay, there we go. The next step, I'm going to take this and I'm going to use Elmer's glue. Don't use wood glue. You're never going to get it off if you use wood glue. So use an Elmer's glue stick, and we're just going to glue this right to the board. First thing I want to think of is, where am I going to need relief cuts? So that's places where there's really hard turns, like the inside of that fish's mouth. There's no way you can make that turn, so I'm going to need a relief cut there. And where these fins are, where the fins come into the fish, I'm going to need relief cuts. Right here at the tail, that's not possible to make that turn. So I might have to take some pieces out there. So that's where you can see I'm going to need relief cuts. Okay, remember when running the bandsaw to raise or lower this guide to 1/4 of an inch above your wood. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is put relief cuts here, here, down through the bottom of the fish. I'll cut the bottom out on the bandsaw. Okay, those are my relief cuts. Now I'm going to come in and just start cutting this shape out. Okay, if you get a piece of wood stuck in there, remember to shut the saw off before you clear it out of there. Okay, as you can see, we got the bottom cut out. Now I'm going to use the scroll saw to do the top, just to show you how to, if you wanted to do it on the scroll saw, how you would use that. Still going to need relief cuts, probably right here. Into this fin, I'll need a relief cut. Here, here. Okay. Now on the scroll saw, remember to adjust this piece so that it's just barely touching your wood. That way your wood won't be bouncing up and down. Okay, there's my relief cuts. Now I'm just going to come through and start cutting the top out. Okay, the next thing you want to do is get this paper peeled off of your wood. So a little hint is to get a wet rag and wipe it down with a wet rag. That'll make the paper easier to get off.
And make it cool. This mountain shelf is done.
So if you get this wet, it comes off very easily. So we're just gonna get a sheet of 220 grit sandpaper, and I'm gonna sand this thing to finish it up. Okay, so I sanded the face and the back with the power sander. And then what you end up with from a bandsaw is you get a lot of these little rough edges. So you should have one side that looks nice and clean, and one side's gonna look a little rough. That's gonna be the back. That's gonna be the front. So then the last step you wanna do is just take a piece of sandpaper like this, and you just wanna spend some time going around your edges and cleaning up all of the edges around, because you can't really do that with a power sander. Okay, the last step you want to do once you have it all sanded is get yourself some mineral oil and put a coat of mineral oil on this thing. All right, there you go. Your project's finished. Be creative, make cool stuff in the shop. See you on the next video.